Happy Friday.
And it's Friday the 13th.
I don't know if that's worth a yay. Is it Friday the 13th?
Well, I mean, don't let it be a thing. Don't let it be like, this is superstition.
Don't let it be a thing. Hey, you know what? It is Curt and Jen, and this is our podcast. We invite you to like, to follow, to subscribe. A subscription gets you not a bunch, but at least you'll have updates on the show.
But it's free. It's $0.
It is zero US dollars. So it's also, we're rolling into Father's Day weekend. So we will have some Father's Day stuff today on the show, along with, since it is Friday the 13th, why you might feel a little weird today, even if you're not superstitious.
The number one beverage you can't live without. Curt mentioned some Father's Day stuff. We're going to do the top Father's Day gifts that we're Googling, plus ways to avoid office chair butt.
Office chair butt?
Yeah.
That's a thing. Okay. We also have some weird productivity hacks. We're going to find out some interesting people who might be related to the Pope or are related to the Pope. I got to double check on that, right? And of course, because it's Friday, it's
Fun
also
Facts Friday.
Fun Facts Friday. Here we go.
Curt, what have you been doing lately?
Watching hockey.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay,
well,
tell
me. Raising these puppies too. I don't have any in the room right now. I have a 15-year-old beagle at my feet, and she's awesome, Bella. Not all about the puppies, but she's doing pretty good. And yeah, Stanley Cup Finals are happening, so of course I'm very interested in that. We have a tie right now, 2 games apiece between Edmonton and Florida, and the next game, which will be Game 5, is tomorrow night. Best of 7, Jen.
I thought so. Was last night's game like this record-breaking? I thought I read something about there being some kind of record-breaking.
The last 2 games, actually, Game 3 and Game 4, Game 3 went into 2 overtimes. And then Florida ended up winning that one. And last night went into one overtime, and Edmonton won that one. So it's been very exciting. It appears to be the 2 best teams in hockey playing each other. It's really very competitive.
That's the point of the Stanley Cup, right?
It is the point of the Stanley Cup. Yeah, but sometimes, you get, actually the Game 3 was kind of a blowout. That was a bit of a surprise. So so Saturday night, tomorrow, is that tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow night, Game 5.
Okay.
Now
it's graduation season. It's graduation season. So I went to, do you remember one of my best friends, Stacy, who passed away a couple of years ago?
I do.
So I went to her youngest son's high school graduation. So that was a little bit emotional, but
Sure.
I sent him a little note saying that his mom would be proud, and she's, surrounding him with love as he walks. But I was ticked off because it was at Pop Keeney Stadium, and I should have remembered this for Riley's graduation, my oldest daughter. Their parking situation is garbage. Is absolute garbage. I had to park 3 blocks away, and I just think, you know what? If you're going to host big events, have parking figured out for people that you're hosting. Like, I was ticked off.
I'm sorry. My first thought was, ooh, a whole 3 blocks. Just.
Okay. And then yesterday, I'm sharing this because I think other moms out there might be able to relate. But Riley made me cry last night. I have a couple friends who are going through some challenging times with one of their children. And I just wanted to reiterate to Riley, like, you know what? Life isn't all about all the happy stuff. And I'm the first one to celebrate the crap out of anything you bring to me, because life is worth celebrating, right? But I also know it's not roses and unicorns and rainbows all the time. And I want to be there for the hard stuff too, right? Like, I want her to come to me when things are hard too. And she's like, Mom, I probably will not exercise that resource.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You did it again. I will not exercise that resource.
That's what she said. Those were her exact words to me.
That sounds like something she would say, and you know it.
I know. I was just really sad. Like, I mean, of course I kept the conversation going because I'm like, ugh. And she kept saying it. She's like, Mom, I'm just not gonna, like, I'll go to my friends, but I'm not going to you. I'm like,
she will come to you. You know she will.
I hope so, Curt. But I was really like butthurt.
Did you share that part?
No, I did not, because I didn't want her to, oh, that's why I don't go to you, because you get so emotional, Mom.
Nice face, by the way. People gotta watch the video now to see that. Yeah, I can't say from experience, obviously, with no kids, but I have a feeling that there'll be a moment where she's like, I need my mom.
I just want be there for all of it to support her and Macy for all the things, right? But anyway, okay, you can move along. I just had to share that. It was just a very like I thought I had cultivated and a atmosphere and I don't even know what word I'm trying to think of, just where we could come to each other and have open communication. But apparently, I did not do my job.
She's just being snarky. She'll be fine. You
Okay.
did cultivate that. I've got some special music just for you right now, for you
Okay.
and Riley.
Where's it from?
Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's a different movie. That's the
Oh,
stabby movie.
okay. All right. Today is the only Friday the 13th of the year. Last year there were two.
Okay.
And in 2000 and next year in 2026 there's going to be three Friday the
Three.
13th. But
So
only one and this is it.
so should we say enjoy this one, make the best of it, make the most of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, next year you'll have three chances at Friday the 13th. If you're into the holiday, this is it for this year. So, we do have a little information here. A poll said America, majority of Americans don't really care about the date today. They were asked, do you think Friday the 13th is unlucky? 8 in 10 people said it's probably or definitely not any more unlucky than any other day. Although,
Krispy Kreme has a promotion today.
yep,
And today only, where customers can receive a dozen original glazed donuts for 13 cents. But it's with the purchase of any regular price. So you buy one, and then for 13 cents, you get another one.
that's a pretty good deal.
I
I'm going
think
to say.
so.
I might have to go take advantage. I might have to exercise my, what
That
was it?
resource. You might have to
Resource on that
exercise
one.
that resource.
Also, makes today, since it's the first Friday the 13th of the year, I guess every year, that makes it a National Blame Someone Else Day.
Oh,
This is one of
come on.
those fake holidays or whatever, but I guess it's every first Friday 13th of every year. That's what you have here. So go ahead and plan your best stories for how somebody else screwed up and it's not your fault, and
Don't do
throw
it.
somebody, they should call it throw someone under the bus day, right?
May as well.
All right. And finally, if you since it is Friday the 13th, this is what we were saying before. Even if you're not superstitious, even if you don't think it's bad luck, apparently this day can still mess with your head.
How?
Well, there's a term for it. I did not know this. I had to look it up, but it's called illusory correlation.
Illusory.
It's a psychological term. It's our
Illusory.
tendency to make connections between unrelated things or events. That's what I was going to mention before. I wonder if when normal things go wrong, but it happens to be Friday the 13th, are people like, ooh, that's bad luck because of today, when it would have happened anyway, any other day. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what
So
that means?
well, this is what it's saying. Unrelated things like, so you spill coffee on yourself on the way to work, and that might get blamed on, oh, it's Friday the 13th, even though, or say you hit a massive, pothole when you're driving into work or whatever that's been, it's been there for months and you just happen to hit it today. Like, oh, that's because it's Friday the 13th. So I guess what they're saying is it's not bad luck. It's just what happened.
Okay. And so, for whatever it's worth, a few studies that have looked at stuff like accidents haven't found any significant trend to suggest that Friday the 13th is more dangerous than any other Friday. So, there you go. Go have a joyous, wonderful, lovely day. But wait, we have more though before you go.
We do? Oh, yeah. At the end of the show, right?
Okay.
Papa Don't Preach is a good song for top
Oh,
Father's Day
okay.
gifts
For
we're
Father's Day.
Googling.
All right.
It's
So
terrible. I know. I love it.
Sunday is Father's Day. And Curt, I just want to take a minute to just say, I know that this is the first Father's Day without your dad. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry because I know there's many people that don't have their parents to celebrate
Mhm.
these holidays. And you jokingly remind me of that, but I still, my heart goes out to you because that's hard.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. There's been, what's been happening now since this was just, 3 weeks ago. Memorial Day weekend is when he passed, and I get those things of, I'll see, oh, I got to tell Dad about that, or I haven't checked in with Dad in a while. I should give a call, and then just that thought enters, and right away, like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's been, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. So Father's Day gifts that we are Googling this year. Top 10. I
Starting
think
with started with just started off with number one. Go down the list.
grills. Gonna get dad a grill.
You're going to spend a lot of US dollars for that, especially if you buy him a real good one, like a Blackstone.
Yeah, or Weber, something like that. Also, we've been Googling. Number two is engraved cutting boards. Watches, dart boards
Huh.
for dad. Watch cases. A watch case?
I don't get that one.
Maybe I'm thinking of something different. I just assumed that was when you buy the watch, it comes in a
It
box.
comes in a
Anyway,
case.
tennis shoes. Here's a word that you'll never hear me say: swim trunks. I always say it's a swimsuit. Do you say trunks?
Well, for a woman, I feel like it's a swimsuit. For a guy, it's swim trunks or swim shorts.
No. For a guy from 1925, it's swim trunks, in my opinion. Also on the list of Googling things for dad: golf bags, sunglasses, and this one I'd never heard of: personalized socks. I mean, I know that there are personalized socks, but according to this, silly socks have kind of become the 2025 version of buying your dad a tie.
I wonder if they mean by, I mean, I know you can get personalized socks, you can get personalized anything, but I wonder if what they mean by that is, they have all those funky different socks. It's finding ones that match your dad's personality the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine that is what they're looking at. So just some ideas. If you're still looking for something, you've still got a day and a half, 2 days. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, if you're looking for things to do with dad, because that is a big thing. I just did actually a media pitch on that really what dads want most is quality time, much like moms.
Right. And experiences.
Yeah. And so if you're looking for things to do with dad, you could take him to a car show, a comedy show, a big barbecue event, amusement parks, go-karts, aquariums, beer tastings, brunch, and maybe even go get a massage together. Although, I don't know why I think that's weird for a guy thing. Like, I would not ever go get a massage with my dad.
I don't know if
go ahead.
I mean, I'm not going to now. Thank you. But yeah, that never really came up. But that's not his thing. I mean, if it's something that dads enjoy, and
pedicures
I mean, I don't know.
Together? Would you do a pedicure with your dad?
No, I would not have. No.
Okay.
I would barely do a pedicure with my wife. And you know why? Because it tickles. Okay. All right.
The number one beverage we cannot live without. Do you know what it is? I would say water, but it's not. That's not the answer.
I did not look ahead and read the story first. Yeah, I would have guessed it. Yeah. All
coffee. Right. The fact that a coffee and soda company did this poll makes it a little suspect, but it's hard to argue that it isn't true. People cannot live without their coffee. It was Keurig and Dr. Pepper and a bunch of other brands released its first State of Beverages report and found the most important drink of all of them is coffee. It's the top beverage Americans say they can't live without. 62% agree with the statement.
Mm-hmm.
My dad doesn't start until I've had a cup of coffee. My day doesn't start, not my dad. Well, probably my dad either.
Drinking coffee every morning is my happy place for some people. So this is interesting. It says that that's the one that they can't live without, but it also they found that doesn't mean coffee is our favorite drink. Favorite beverage is soda.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. About half of people enjoy the taste of soda more than any other beverage. But I do think, like you said at the beginning, so they did a study finding that the most important drink is coffee. Who did the study? Keurig. Interesting.
Keurig and Dr. Pepper, along with other soda brands.
They have something to gain from this.
Do you drink a lot of, I know you drink coffee every day. Do you drink a lot of soda?
I do. We do soda. What we do, we'll get the plain soda water, which is like 0 calorie, whatever. And then we'll just add like lime juice or lemon juice. And so we make our own 7-Ups. How's that?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
I feel like it's healthier too. So
this was so interesting to me, but I was like, oh, okay, I guess you're right about this. There is an end of an era that's coming our way, and that is that no one wants hotel front desks anymore. So when you go to a hotel, they might be a thing of the past relatively soon because I'm just going to skip right to the end of the report that says, hey, listen, if you think about it, we rent people's houses, entire houses, and never see or talk to them.
That's a good point.
Right?
Airbnb, VRBO, yeah. You just, you communicate via text or email or whatever, but you never actually see them.
So 70% of American travelers are more likely to check themselves into a hotel using the app or self-service kiosk instead of walking up to a traditional front desk. And this preference skyrockets when you talk about Gen Zers who are travelers because that goes to 82%. They just don't want to talk to people.
That might be it overall because I don't know. I think that I like having a concierge at least at the hotels I'm staying at.
I mean, we're
You
old
know,
school. I want to talk to someone. I want them to upgrade my room.
that's what you want. Of course. Yeah. Well, and maybe you
There
could
you
do that
go.
without talking to somebody too these days. Who knows,
I just
right?
thought it was interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh. Did you read this, Curt?
The weirdest productivity hack that actually worked.
Well, that works for you. Like, what's the weirdest productivity hack that actually works for you? And I was like, what? What is this article about? So I was reading it and I'm like, oh my God, I never thought about it being a productivity hack, but I totally do some of these things. For instance,
The first one?
yeah, how much can I get done before the song ends? Do you ever do that?
Well, that would insinuate that I'm getting things done. So, yeah, I think that's fun. To me, that's like, oh, okay. The next one, the 5 minute rule. It's like, all right, if the task should take less than 5 minutes, go
Do
and
it
see if
right
you can get
now
it done in
instead of
five
wait
minutes.
for it. Yeah.
hmm
What are some of these other weird ones? Burn a candle with a certain scent every time you do a certain task.
Hmm.
These are just like this is what it was probably put on Reddit or something like that, right? It was put on the internet and then
I,
people responded to it. And I was just laughing because I'm like, oh my God, I kind of do some of this stuff.
I think number 7 is funny. They say what works for me is hating someone and wanting to do better than them.
Is their productivity hack.
That's the hack. Oh, I'll get this done because I can do it better than them. Somebody says tidy as you go. I actually, that goes back to when I worked when I was 15 working at McDonald's. You just clean as you go and then you don't have a big mess when you're done. I mean, I obviously clearly don't do that anymore, but that's a good one for me, I think.
Give me a deadline and I'll make it. Don't and I won't. I mean, I'm good at deadline. I'll meet a deadline for sure. It puts like, and I do better under pressure like that.
The entire roll of garbage bags goes in the can. It's much easier.
Oh, that's a productivity hack. Okay.
Oh, you put the garbage bags in the bottom of the can.
Uh-huh.
Not okay. And yeah, that's a good
Not
point too.
somewhere else. I do that, but I do it in, I don't put the whole roll because it takes up too much room.
What do you think of the last one?
What is it?
Pretending to be incompetent so someone will step in and do it for you.
Oh, come on. I like this one. I put all my tasks on a slip of paper in a jar, then I draw one out randomly and do it. It's like a game.
I do find if I can make it into a game or something fun, then
Yeah.
it's much easier to
I
get
mean, I
done.
do the like beat the song, or I'm going to set myself a timer and I'm going to do this like as much as I can in this amount of time.
Pew!
Okay. Anyway, I
All
thought
right.
it was interesting. I mean, I cannot believe there's going to be another one of these.
Well, that there is the theme from Spaceballs. You know what? I hope you don't get flagged for playing a part of that.
We probably will, Curt Cruz.
So if you didn't hear that, we played the theme from Spaceballs for about, I don't know, 15 seconds. And they may say, you can't do that. Yeah. Spaceballs 2 is on the way. Rick Moranis, who played Dark Helmet in the first one, and Bill Pullman is back. So there will be, he was Lone Star. So, this is, God, when did the first one came out in 19, does it say here? It's got to
80
say,
something.
yeah, I was going to say early 80s.
No, I'll ask Google. Do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Hey, Google, when did the movie Spaceballs come out?
82.
Spaceballs came out on June 24th, 1987.
1987.
Oh,
June
wow. Later than I thought.
1987.
Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of the original cast, John Candy, Joan Rivers, Dick Van Patten, are no longer with us. But they did. Mel Brooks, of course. I don't know if that's of course, but Mel Brooks did produce the film and actually starred in it too. He released a teaser yesterday. So if you want to see what Spaceballs 2 is going to have to offer, I'm a little concerned because often these things don't work out that well, and it shouldn't matter because you say, okay, the original is still great. But somehow when they
Is
try
it
to make
though? Is it?
Well, doesn't it seem like somehow it affects the overall feel? Somehow it's like, oh, you guys did Anchorman 2, and somehow that makes the first one, I don't know.
Did you
It's
like Spaceballs? Because I thought it was the dumbest movie.
well, you're mistaken. Yes, you're mistaken.
I will not exercise that resource to see that
Okay.
movie.
All righty, here we go.
See, we got that again? Oh, best bad joke. Okay. Best bad
Well,
dad joke.
I thought that in and of itself was a bad dad joke, playing Papa Don't Preach for the story.
So here's the thing. That was supposed to be our question of the day on the Curt and Jen in the Morning podcast page
But
and on my
we
personal.
forgot to do something.
I forgot
We
to
did.
post it. And you know what, Curt? Here's the funny thing. I specifically remember waking up yesterday and like,
Mhm.
oh, I'm going to post it early in the morning and it'll get some good, probably get some good algorithm because it's early morning when people are on their phones.
But
And
yeah,
I seriously must have got squirreled because I thought I posted it and I didn't.
that's all right. Your day gets going, and then suddenly, there are
So
other things to do too. You got squirreled. I love our phrase. I got squirreled.
I got totally squirreled. So I just pulled some best bad dad jokes, the best of them from 2025 so far. So
Okay, what do you
I'm gonna
got?
give you some of them. Did you hear about the wig thief who escaped from prison?
No,
Police are combing the area to find him.
the wig thief.
I wondered why the baseball was getting closer and closer. Then it hit me.
Nice delivery on that one, by the way.
Thanks. Gosh, I can't talk. Where do surfers go for an education?
California?
Boarding school. Did you hear about the guy who was addicted to the hokey pokey? He turned himself around.
Go ahead.
How do you find a cheetah in the dark? Use a spotlight.
That took me a second, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Why are libraries so tall?
I don't know.
Many stories. Did you hear about the guy who's afraid of escalators?
I did not.
He takes steps to avoid them. Why did the boy do his homework on the plane? He wanted to get a higher education. That is all for now. You're welcome.
Are you happy with yourself?
Yes.
Very much so. All right. I love it. Are we moving on to the following story?
Do you want to? You want to skip the other dad jokes?
There was a little bit. We'll just do a few of them here. This is not so much dad jokes, but these are things that your dad says or they are
Cheesy
bad,
things.
but
Cheesy
yeah, like
things he says.
responses. Like somebody says, if anybody says, I have a question, my dad responds, does it involve a woodchuck? Like,
I don't get it.
it doesn't make sense. I think that's the thing.
Oh.
Anytime someone says, see you later, my dad says, thanks for the warning.
My gosh. Someone said my dad is Chinese, and anytime he shows someone how to do something easier, he calls it an ancient Chinese secret, huh?
What was that? Calgon. Was it Calgon?
No, it was God, Kat and I just looked it up because we were saying it. Ancient Chinese secret, huh? Hey Google, what product used the word ancient Chinese secret?
On the website facebook.com, they say, classic commercial, Calvin, ancient Chinese.
Oh, it was.
Calgon. Okay. I got lucky, I guess.
Good job.
Here's a quote. My dad always says, I'm more pissed off than a piano player in a marching band. See, you'd be very angry if you had to be a piano player in a marching band because, see, Jen,
heavy. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. Any more you want to share?
Whenever someone says they're going to take a shower, my dad's response is, be sure to bring it back when you're done.
They take a shower.
Take it.
What about whenever someone blows their nose, dad says, you think it's a cold, but it's snot.
Whenever a server comes by after a meal and says, do you want a box for the burger? He says, no, but I'll wrestle you for the fries.
Do you want a box? All right. That's a good one to end on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's one. I'm very proud of myself for this next one. Are you ready?
Yeah,
I don't think you are.
I want.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. When a plump
Okay. Ways to avoid office chair butt. It's a phrase that's trending, and there's a good chance you already have it, but don't
Okay.
worry because it's reversible. This is when you've got a flat, saggy, unimpressive backside because you sit too much at work. Even if you have the best office chair in the world, too much sitting can cause your butt muscle to atrophy over time. So just standing up and moving throughout the day can help a lot. Here are a few easy ways to avoid office chair butt. Ready for it?
I'm prepared.
Pace around when you're on a phone call. Inside or outside, up and down a hall, just in a circle, just as long as you're moving. Put something you need regularly. Put it in someplace else, far away from your desk, so you have to get up and get it.
Oh, okay.
Choose a bathroom that's a little farther away, like on a different floor, so you have to take the stairs, not the elevator.
Got it.
Stand up to do some butt clenches several times a day. Okay, just butt clench. And then walk to a coworker's desk instead of calling them or sending an email. Anything that gets you moving is going to be better than just sitting in your chair for 8 hours straight. There you go.
And
You're
that's
welcome.
true. But I think I look at it. You're welcome. I think I look at it and go, how much difference is it going to make if I walk the 30 feet versus sending an email or
Every
whatever? But
little
it
step
does.
counts.
It adds up.
It does.
It adds up. All
I want
right.
to know about this next thing.
The Pope, we have a new Pope, obviously.
Pope Leo.
The new Pope is related to both Madonna and Justin Bieber.
Shut your mouth. How?
Here's the story. Pope Leo isn't even the most famous guy in his family. The New York Times researched his family tree and found out that he's related to a bunch of celebrities. 6 generations back, there's an ancestor named Louis Becheur de Grandpre. What? Louis Becheur de Grandpre.
Yeah. And
Born in Quebec. Because of him, Leo is distant cousins with Justin Bieber, Justin Trudeau, Angelina Jolie, Hillary Clinton, Jack Kerouac, and Madonna.
oh my God. You just 23'd and made the crap out of that.
I'm telling you, but I think well, maybe not. Yeah, I think the Pope is more famous than anybody. There are certainly people who don't know.
Pope Leo is not that famous yet. He is not more famous than Madonna right now, but he may be. Do some
He might
great
get
things,
there.
Pope Leo, and maybe you will be.
If he keeps trying, if he hangs on to the job for a while. All right. I do think that was particularly the Madonna thing, since of her, she's not a huge fan of the Catholic Church. So I thought that was interesting. But hey, Pope,
Thanks for
you
sharing.
be you, right?
Now we know. I wanted to bring this up because we've talked about this on the show before when there's been like Grammy awards or country music awards and Beyonce wins and everyone's up in arms because it's like that she is not a country singer, that is not a country album. Well, the Grammys have had enough about hearing about it that they added another category for next year, that it's the traditional country album category.
Oh, all right. So you've got somebody like Beyonce or maybe even well, Jelly Roll is a country artist, right? But you can't really call that traditional country, I guess.
Well, that's what they're saying. That's the whole thing. So next year, the award used to be known as Best Country Album of the Year, right? Now it's going to be called the Best Contemporary Country Album, and they'll also add the new category, Best Traditional Country Album. And people are saying, okay, so in what world is Morgan Wallen a traditional country artist? You know what I mean?
That's right. They also mentioned Post Malone, who has a bit of that country flavor, but I don't know that he's a country artist.
No, that's the thing.
Not.
So anyway, but I think it's interesting that they decided to succumb to all the crazy stuff and say, okay, we're just going to create a whole nother category.
You just called country music fans crazy right here. Every country music fan.
I'm a country music fan. I'm a country music fan.
And hence crazy, right?
Yes, 100%.
All right.
In the funnest way. Fun Facts Friday.
Fun Facts Friday. Here we go. Every
I have
Friday
too many of them
for
here.
you.
We're going to have to blow through some of these. Okay, Warren Buffett and Jimmy Buffett once took a DNA test to see if they're related. The results came back negative, but they were still friends and would refer to each other as Uncle Warren and Cousin Jimmy.
The Buffetts. We have more than 30. What? More than
Yeah.
30 million people in China live in caves.
What? Like that's
Why do you always give me the sad ones to say?
That's not a sad one. Maybe they love it. We don't know, but it's probably an easier life and way less stress.
Until the mid 1970s, at least 90% of hockey players, NHL players, were Canadian. Now it's about 44% of hockey players are Canadian.
I put that in there for you because you just recently said even a Canadian team hasn't won the Stanley Cup in a while. That's why you're rooting for whoever you're rooting for.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood, Burt Reynolds, Adam West, and Liam Neeson were all offered the role of James Bond, but turned it down. I thought that was kind of crazy.
I don't know if I could see.
Clint Eastwood, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first drink ever described as a cocktail was essentially an old fashioned. Back to 1806 for this one. It was introduced as a stimulating liquor composed of spirits of any kind, sugar, water, and bitters. An old fashioned.
Yeah, first
All
time.
right.
Elephants grow 6 different sets of teeth in their lives. Once the 6th set falls out, they die of starvation.
That sucks.
Diet Pepsi isn't vegan, but Pepsi won't say what animal ingredient it uses that keeps it from being vegan because that's, quote, commercially sensitive information.
For almost 60 years, the Beatles were the only artists to ever have 5 songs in the top 5 spots in the Billboard chart simultaneously. It was April 4th, 1964. Can't Buy Me Love, Twist and Shout, She Loves You, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Please, Please Me. But thanks to the changes in how they do the charts, it's happened 4 times in the last 4 years for Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and Taylor Swift twice.
Don't you think that's kind of interesting?
Yeah, well, the way that, yeah, they sort of do, they've made some changes over the years to how they do the charts. I'm not trying to take away anything from anybody here, but yeah, 6. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay, America had laws against animal abuse before there were laws against child abuse. That's kind of depressing. Dolphins have bromances where 2 or 3 males may pair up for decades and help each other hook up with females. They're wingmen.
I was going to say the winged
dolphins,
right? Pink Floyd's album, Dark Side of the Moon. I'm getting all the music ones. Dark Side of the Moon was on the Billboard 200 album charts for a record 990 weeks and counting, but it only spent 1 week at number 1 in 1973 when it first came out.
Did you know that?
I knew it was like the longest or one of the, I think it is the longest on the Billboard.
And still is, like, and counting. That's the crazy thing to me. A can of Coke is 90% water and a Diet Coke is 99% water. What?
Clownfish, think, well, Finding Nemo. Clownfish can change from male to female if they need to for reproduction.
What?
So in the movie, once Nemo's mother was killed, his father would have grown female sex organs and started reproducing with Nemo.
What?
Ew.
The first commercial jingle, I did not know this and I love this, was in a Wheaties radio ad in 1926.
How about Michael Jackson's song Thriller was originally called Starlight, and the hook went, "Give me some starlight, starlight sun."
I like Thriller better. During the 1960s Batman TV series, Robin said 356 different things after the word holy in his catchphrase. They include holy armadillo, holy hamburger, holy grammar.
And holy unrefillable prescriptions?
I don't know.
What's the most expensive thing ever built, you might ask? Well, if you did, the answer is the International Space Station. Cost more than $100 billion.
$100 billion. And the last
Exactly.
one, because there's a toy in every Happy Meal, McDonald's is the world's largest distributor of toys. On a similar note, the largest producer of tires in the world is Lego.
Tires?
Yeah, because of all their toys that have tires on them.
Oh, okay. Good point. Fun Facts Friday. Nice job.
Okay, weekend plans in the Pacific Northwest. Movies opening. I cannot wait to see this movie, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action movie. I love the animated version. I want to see the live action one. Also, Materialists, a romantic comedy starring Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal. I want to see that too.
How
And
about The
my
Life of Chuck? Have you heard about that one? It's a sci-fi drama based on a novella by Stephen King.
there you go.
Might be kind of
Mhm,
scary. In
listening.
sports, we mentioned Stanley Cup playoffs game 5 coming up on tomorrow. Right now, 2 games apiece for the Panthers and the Oilers, and the NBA Finals. Indiana Pacers, and you've got the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pacers lead it 2-1, and game 4 is tonight.
There you go. And then this things happening around the Pacific Northwest. There's some big stuff. The Edmonds Arts Festival, traditionally on Father's Day weekend in downtown Edmonds. It's going to be a good one. Listen, Edmonds is going to be a hopping place because tomorrow is also the market that they have, the farmers market.
Yep.
So it's going to be busy. And then there's Meeker Days in Puyallup, Maple Valley Days. Those are all the all those festivals like that are starting that are part of Seafair, like they lead up to Seafair weekend, the first weekend in August.
Yeah, you know what? Real quick, I was at Meeker Days. The first time I was at Meeker Days was the first time I saw the Amtrak train come through downtown Puyallup. That thing is hauling ass. I could not believe how fast it went through there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't stand on the tracks. Mamma Mia runs through Sunday at the Paramount Theater, and
So
Bye
good.
Bye Birdie is at the Fifth Avenue. It has a longer run. That's going through June 29th.
I interrupted you, Curt. I'm sorry. You said Bye Bye Birdie, and I was talking over you. Sorry about that. Is that
That's all right. It's Bye Bye Birdie. Okay. And for the weekend, my excitement is, well, tonight actually, fundraiser for we're heading out to Suquamish. Believe it or not, this is for the Kitsap Community Foundation. Going to raise some money for them.
You have a long journey ahead of you, mister.
It's a bit of a drive. So, but that, and then the rest of the weekend we'll be
Puppies.
chilling and
Puppies.
playing with puppies. Yep.
Puppies.
Yeah.
This is very exciting. I have Riley's graduation at the University of Washington. She is not doing the big graduation. That's like 5 hours long. She's like, you can go to that, Mom. I'm not going. And I'm like, I'm not going if you're not going. But it's the 150th University of Washington graduation. I'm like, what speaker are they having? They have to have someone epic. It's just the president of the university speaking. So I'm like, okay, forget it. She's doing her department graduation is what she's doing.
Well, tell her thank you for the invite. I didn't know it was coming up so soon. I think we got the invite just a few days ago.
Well, that was just her announcement. It's just an announcement that it's just saying, hey, I'm graduating and I'm moving on to grad school. It's just to let people know what's happening in her life.
Okay, so we're not invited. Okay, I'm just playing. That's fine. How about one last little thing to talk about here before we wrap up the show and get into the weekend?
Okay, so I have to say this, Curt, for the question of the day.
Yeah.
I ripped it off from my friend Heather. I'm friends with her on Facebook. I went to high school with her. And I even told her, I said, I'm taking this question for the podcast. She's like, go for it.
If it's a great question, why not? And it is a great question. You have a half an hour. They said you've got 30 minutes to spend $5,000 in one store.
One store.
What store are you going to?
A very popular answer when she asked the question was Costco.
Really? Okay. 30 minutes to spend $5,000 in one store. Let us know what store you're going to. That is our weekend question of the day weekend.
Where are you going, Curt?
I'm not sharing just yet. I got to think about that.
Okay. All right.
Because it's probably Guitar Center.
I was going to ask you that. Okay. You know what? Have a happy Father's Day weekend. Are you playing our closing music? Happy Father's Day weekend to all you dads or act like dads. What do you call that? Like might not be their official biological dad, but
right.
All dads, all father figures. Happy Father's Day. We're going to see you on Monday with a new episode. Make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and laugh.
And laugh.
So, thanks for spending the time with us. Have a good one.